The summer Ellie turned 13, Carl found a beat-up old bike that they decided would be hers, and they spent the whole summer fixing it up. Of course, she named it the Spirit of Bloomington, and Carl found an airplane decal in a Cracker Jack box that fit perfectly between the handlebars. They completed the aircraft theme with a couple airplane spotter cards tucked in the spokes to make a flapping noise when she pedaled fast. Suddenly, Ellie had a freedom to explore even farther than she had ever dreamed. By herself, she could travel 10 times what she could on foot and still be home when her mom demanded, an hour after sunset. She could ride to the shops if she wanted to people watch, like an anthropologist, or had a penny for candy. She could swing by Carl's house and throw something through his window for him to find later. A strange nut, a mysterious map, a note in code. She could go to the zoo all by herself. Life got a lot more exciting when she didn't have to pay bus fare, and the zoo was free Wednesday afternoons and Saturday mornings before noon, which was great, because Carl had to go to the Young Methodists Association on Wednesdays. She could spend all afternoon there. Seeing animals from the deserts, mountains, and jungles that Ellie had only read about was a big step forward for her dreams of exploration and colored her new imaginings dramatically. She watched cloud rats from the Philippines scuttle through the branches of their nocturnal cages, tails much prettier and furrier than a true rat's. She loved the tiny squirrel monkeys with their large eyes and expressive hands. She imagined herself sitting high in a treetop canopy with a pair of binoculars and a notepad, scribbling down her observations on the family units. She always waited around to watch keepers feed the vampire bats, and dearly longed to wander the caves where they were originally found. But by far her favorite place to hang out was the aviary. The birds were, of course, fascinating and spectacular. There were the Victoria-crowned pigeons, with spangled feathers on their heads that didn't seem like pigeons at all, and the wall-draps, which were becoming endangered despite their terrifying naked faces. There was a myriad of pretty little exotic ducks paddling in the artificial river that cut through the exhibit, and teeny tiny warblers that weirdo bird nerds came from long distances to view, worried they would never get a chance to see them in the wild. Once in a while, she got lucky and caught a glimpse of the head keeper, Margaret Klein, attending to the birds herself. She was the only actual trained zoologist at the zoo, and yet before the war, she had been allowed to hold only a secretarial position, albeit one that included care of the aviary, because birds had been her focus of study. She always cut a striking figure, in impossibly chic suits with her work boots and hairnet, and was just as comfortable talking to a septuagenarian birder as a 5-year-old who was scared of the peacocks. She could also literally coax birds out of the sky or off a ledge, her nimble hands shooting out to gently grab one for an exam, even when her workers couldn't manage. But besides getting to occasionally watch a real zoologist in action, the main draw of the aviary for Ellie was the exhibit itself. As soon as she went through the second set of doors, its moist, warm air would envelop her with the fruity smell of topical plants, and she was in another world. Along the railings were neat little signs with pictures of each bird and colored maps showing where they were from. Countries like Bolivia, newly renamed Thailand, and the Congo, bright splotches in red, blue, and green. When Ellie spotted the right bird from the picture, she would put her finger on the map and close her eyes.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.